What's up, boys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than what I usually do. I'm going to be going through the ending of the Game 7 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets that just happened. This game was really interesting. It's going to be watched for years. Nobody believed the Nets were going to lose, but there's a lot to get into, so I'm just going to hop into it. We're starting out with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Giannis just tied up the game with an and-one layup. Now he has to shoot a free throw, so this might take a while.
Giannis 8 for 13 at the line. He started 1 of 5, 7 of 8 since then. Looking to give the Bucks the lead.
He ends up missing. It's tipped out, and the Bucks get another possession. And Jrue Holiday has the ball with Joe Harris on him, and he's trying to tell his teammates, "Get out of here, Giannis. Leave me alone. I have Joe Harris guarding me." Brook Lopez is like, "Oh, you want a ball screen?" He just ignores him, steps back, and hits a three. The Bucks are up 3 with 2.5 minutes left. They show Deer District. I bet it smells really good over there. But then the Nets have a guy named Kevin Durant, so he just put on a couple moves, did a shot fake, got him jumping. Wide open jumper. But then Jrue Holiday's still hot, and he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do another step back, and it's wide open, so that's another easy bucket. Bucks are up 3 again. But then here, the Nets again are like, hey, we have KD. We could just run a double ball screen for him and get him a wide open layup. Another possession later, and they're at the free throw line. Jrue Holiday misses one, so the Bucks are still up 1. But the more important thing here is that PJ Tucker is coming into the game, a bona fide menace to society. Picking up Kevin Durant 94 feet. Kevin Durant's clearing everybody out. James Harden's like, yeah, everybody get out of here besides me. And he's like, nope, no, you too, James. And he waves Joe Harris like, no, get on the right side. I need this left side clear so then I can just dribble the ball right to your man, put up a bullcrap shot, and get the ball taken from your man, Joe Harris's man. But either way, KD turns it over. Chris Middleton's bringing up the ball on a 1v3 and ends up getting fouled. Kind of a soft foul call by Joshua Tiven. He makes a couple questionable calls in this game. Chris Middleton has blood in his left eye, so that's pretty cool. He goes ahead and makes the free throw, and then they call a timeout. It's almost like they're trying to ice him out. We come back to a shot of PJ Tucker talking shit to Kevin Durant, no surprise. Chris Middleton hits the next free throw and puts the Bucks up 4 with a minute left. Kevin Durant takes the ball screen from Blake Griffin, goes to the left wing. He takes yet another pull-up jumper, but this time he misses. And then 6'4" masked Bruce Brown out-rebounds Giannis and Jrue Holiday. If the Bucks get that rebound, the game's pretty much over. PJ Tucker knows it. But it's under 2 minutes, so they're going to take another 2 minutes to go look at it. But eventually, James Harden passes the ball into Kevin Durant, who again squares up PJ Tucker, goes for another baseline jumper, and hits that over PJ Tucker. 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Bucks are up 2, and they have the ball. There's a very good chance that they win this game. Jrue Holiday, he's kind of been the man in this fourth quarter, so he's going to go at Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin's like, oh, and it's off his leg. And he's like, oh, you got to go review that. Mark Davis is like, fuck, I really don't want to. And Blake Griffin's like, what? You got to review it. It's game 7. So they go look at it again, waste some more time, and the original call was correct again. Kyrie's out here telling everyone to be aware of the blacks. That man is just another level of woke. And then here's another mess up. There's 2 seconds left on the shot clock, 8 seconds left on the game clock. You have 2 seconds to shoot. So Jrue Holiday's inbounding the ball. And here's an interesting shot because after the game, they're saying here that Giannis is open for a layup and he's Giannis, so he's probably going to score. If not draw a foul, it's probably just going to hack the shit out of him, honestly. But either way, Brook Lopez is semi-open on the three-point line. One of the best big man three-point shooters in the league. He catches, he doesn't shoot, he kind of just shits himself. It happens to everybody. But in his defense, Brook Lopez catches the ball, immediately looks at Chris Middleton, who is pointing up and a little bit behind him. And by this, Chris Middleton is somehow signaling, shoot the ball. But Brook Lopez took this as, oh, you want a lob pass thrown to you after I just caught the ball with 2 seconds left on the shot clock? Here you go. So obviously that didn't work out. That was a bit of a J.R. Smith moment. Surprising that happened to Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is usually a pretty high IQ player. But Brook Lopez is over here thinking, shit, I might have just ruined my team's season. They have Kevin Durant. They're only down 2. That's not good. But here's where the crazy shot comes in.
Looking to inbound, Jeff Green gets it into Durant. Here is Durant moving on Tucker. He turns, he shoots. Yes! With 1 second remaining. 1 second left. Durant hits a 3. And Milwaukee has one timeout. They call.
Most people in the building think that Kevin Durant just shot a 3 and the game's over. Kevin Durant keeps cursing to himself, saying fuck shit, and he knows it was only a 2-pointer immediately. They go ahead and review it, and you can clearly see KD's big ass sexy feet clearly over the line. The refs were right on it, but the Bucks still had a timeout at this point, so they advanced the ball to their side of the court with a second remaining, yet another chance to win this game. They throw it into Giannis. Pretty bad scenario. He's shooting it from behind the backboard. Kevin Durant was pushing him out, but that's just good defense. Refs asking for the ball, and he's like, no, man, I need to make it. I need to see it go in, please. He misses the layup and has to put it in again. That's awkward. But he could have just won the game there. Instead, they're going to overtime. Tip-off's a little weird. Joe Harris goes all out for it, gets possession, but then he's like, fuck, that kind of hurt. Shouldn't have done that. This is an interesting shot. They both chose to guard KD and just leave Joe Harris wide open. He had a really bad series. And this right here is the only time the Nets scored in the whole entire overtime. The way they did it, this is Blake Griffin being another menace to society. Look at him. He knows he's coming in at Giannis. He knows he's got to do something. Can't even really see his hand, but it's pretty fair to assume that he grabbed his jersey, pulled him back, got slapped in the face a little bit, did some acting. And there's so much going on that the refs can't find that. And that's Mass Bruce Brown. That's a scary man right there. And then 2 minutes went by in overtime. Nothing noteworthy really happened. Nobody scored. But then this is a big deal because a man guarding Kevin Durant and pretty much who has been stopping Kevin Durant for the past 3 minutes, PJ Black Air Forces Tucker fouls out with about 2 minutes left in overtime. PJ Tucker was at this point trying to fight the ref. He had to be held back. I think he was calling either Blake Griffin or the ref a pussy ass something in this mix of things going on here. But if you look at the review, Blake Griffin perfectly baited him into it. He was grabbing his hips, getting a little sus with him. Probably knew PJ doesn't like that type of stuff. And he flailed his arms and got weird. Went for his kneecaps with 5 fouls. It's just not a smart play, and a smart play on Blake Griffin's part. Again, they're just pretty much double teaming Kevin Durant. I mean, the only person they're worrying about is Kevin Durant. Look at this shot. James Harden, wide open. Blake Griffin, wide open. 2 guys in the paint. Obviously, there's somebody on him. But then Kevin Durant, Chris Middleton is not leaving him. They did a great job guarding him this series. 7-footer gets a rebound. That's how it works. Nets take notes. And then Giannis sees that there's only a couple bodies in the paint that he can just run over people, so he's going to do that. Ended up being a no call, and then they called a jump ball here. They're showing Kevin Durant's bald spot already. That's not a good sign. But yeah, possibly a charge. Blake Griffin was definitely outside of the restricted area. He was kind of moving off to the side, so who knows. But here's another interesting thing. They're doing a jump ball, and the NBA is so dramatic about their jump ball situations because every player wants to have their foot in front of the other man's foot or having a hand on them. So the refs are like, come on, guys, behave, please, come on. We want to get this jump ball. We want to go home. And then the 2 white guys at the bottom of the screen are just sitting there, not moving. They are having a conversation. They're probably like, what is this, an Applebee's at 10 o'clock? My goodness. But then after all those shenanigans, Kevin Durant went for an early tip and just tipped it out of bounds. Budenholzer has a nice play that I really like. It's very simple on the inbound. It's essentially you just put Giannis on the side of the ball. You put everybody else as far away as possible. The inbounder throws the ball into Giannis and gets out of the way, and you let Giannis try to score. So on this play, Blake Griffin fouls out. He had 17 points, had a pretty good game. Very next play, they do pretty much the exact same thing. They throw it into Giannis, and Giannis just tries to bully his way inside and score. But this time it goes off Kevin Durant's foot, so they have to go take another break to look at it. But so 3 inbounds later, and the Bucks are still down 2. They're still running the exact same play, just ISOing out this side. He's going to throw in the ball, and he's going to get out of his way. And then Giannis is just going to back him down, put up a nice soft layup. And it's in. So tie ball game, 111 to 111. KD's over here doing his lanky bullshit. Goes inside for a nice layup, but Brook Lopez with the stop of the game. That's a game changer right there. And he gets a rebound. His teammate Gray just went up excessively. Chris Middleton comes down to the paint and takes a spinning, fading, fuck you 2-pointer, and it goes in. The only non-layup made in the whole entire overtime up until this point. Chris Middleton is so tired at this point, it was fatiguing him just to give out a high five. And then they show the sea of white people at the Deer District. It looks like an EDM rave down there. In the break, they're showing Giannis and KD getting pretty sus together. They're also showing that a few players haven't came out the whole entire game. So it's fair to say some of these people are pretty tired. The Nets have another opportunity to tie up this game. KD's shot comes up short, and Giannis gets the rebound. But there's 30 seconds left, so the Nets still have a chance to come back. Chris Middleton goes for another crazy shot, doesn't go in. Kevin Durant gets a rebound, and this is another interesting scene because Kevin Durant has the ball with about 10 seconds left on the clock, but he chooses to pass it to James Harden, and I think what was going through his head is that he saw that Giannis was about to turn around and match up with James Harden, and he would rather James Harden take the last shot on Giannis rather than tired KD take the last shot on Drew Holiday. But none of that really matters because the Bucks defense is so good that the best Bucks defenders were gonna find the best Nets offensive players regardless.
Guarded by Holiday. Durant for three. Comes up with an air ball with 0.3 of a second remaining.
And he airballs. The energy is sucked out of the arena. Kevin Durant has nothing left in him. He bends over and gives a perfect shot for the camera to go right on his bald spot. And I'm sure Kevin Durant's well aware of his bald spot, so for him to bend over like this means that this man is just defeated. He has no shame. He is willing to show off his bald spot at the risk of becoming a meme. He doesn't care. This man is tired. And the worst part of this shot is when they showed the replay, you can clearly see that Kevin was attempting a 2-pointer instead of a 3. Feels bad. He's tired as hell though. They know they got 0.3 seconds left. You got to end the game officially. And this is where things start to get a little bit weird again, thanks to Joshua Tiven. So they inbound the ball, 0.3 seconds left. The Bucks just have to tip it. Game's over. But nope. On the bottom of your screen, Joshua Tiven called a foul on the inbound. So everyone thinks the series is over. Everybody's on the court, high-fiving, camera crew's on the court. Mark Davis, the lead official, just watching me here on the left. He's kind of just like, what? Why the fuck would you call that? Just... like, why? Like, look, James Harden is gone. He's not coming back. He really doesn't come out. He was on the court just a second ago. Giannis gets a little bit excited here.
Lopez coming together.
And then they hit both free throws, and this is just the most depressing inbound in the history of the NBA. Just throws it in, just throws it away to the ref. Like, please get us out of here. At this point, Blake Griffin realizes he can't just scam the entire NBA. But the Nets lose a Game 7 at home. Super teams don't really work in the first year. I'm a LeBron fan. I've seen some disappointing super team seasons. It happens, but usually only in the first year. Also, it was a rushed season. There's injuries. Kevin Durant's playing every minute. Personally, I think they should have been playing DeAndre Jordan this whole entire series, especially since there's Brook Lopez and Giannis on the court almost every second of the game. But that's going to do it for the series. Deer District is pumped. They're out there getting weird. Good for them. The Bucks have every piece they need to win a championship this year. If they don't do it, I would be very, very surprised. Even healthy Suns, healthy Clippers, the Bucks should just manhandle them. But of course, they just lost the game to the Hawks. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys watching. I know this video is a little bit different than what I usually do, but this game was just weird, and I thought it would be fun to do this. I was also taking a little bit of a hiatus from YouTube. I hope to do more of these in the future. This video was also a lot less editing, but on the flip side, I'll probably never make a penny from this because of all the copyrights and all that jazz, so whatever. But I love you guys. John McAfee didn't kill himself, and I will see you in the next one.